Ori, how's it going?
Going good, man.
That's good, that's good. It's good to get you on the call. I know we had that quick call earlier. You were telling me that you are Sparky, you've been doing it for the last 5 years, and you're looking out of it. So do you mind kind of walking me through that? What's going on that's kind of pushing you away from the Sparky job?
Wow, it's just like such a physical work and stuff. Just
Hmm,
I can't cope with it anymore.
fuck. What do you sort of mean by physical? Like, do you mind kind of breaking that down for me?
Fuck, it's just, trying to fit into cramped spaces and stuff, and it's just not good for my back and stuff. Don't think it's good for it.
Hmm. What do you sort of mean by that? Like, is it actually having some sort of effect on your back, or how is that sort of looking like for you?
No, yeah, definitely. So I've been going to the gym like occasionally, like 3 or 4 times a week. So, I just when I
Mm,
did, squats, deadlifts and stuff, I just feel it. And I suppose I'm just, connecting it to the work and stuff because I'm always, getting into cramped spaces.
mm. So let me get this straight then. So kind of what you're saying is you're working this Sparky job that's causing you to be in cramped spaces during work hours, right? And then you're coming home, it kind of has an effect on your gym life because you can't train the same way due to you being sore from the work day. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, you're on point.
Easy. All right, Ori. So like, do you feel like it's just the sort of physical side of the job that's pushing you out of it, or is there sort of anything else going on within the job that is making you kind of want to leave, essentially?
Well, you can probably imagine, like, as a Sparky, aside from, the physical stuff, it's not that good of a pay. And, I'm just exchanging my time for money and stuff. I work like I have an hourly wage. So,
Mm,
it's with however much work I put in, that's the money I get. And I guess you can't really go far with this because everyone has 24 hours in a day. Like, can't work that much.
mm. So it's not only the physical side, then it's also the job kind of isn't paying you enough, like the way you would want to be paid.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's, making me unlike the job because I'm not enjoying it. I'm just getting, just just giving me harm to my body.
Mm. So I guess, or like, if you're saying that the job is given, it's harming your body, right? It's kind of not allowing you to train the same way as you've trained before, and you're also not happy with the money side of things. I mean, have you maybe looked into, maybe another job that maybe isn't so physical, pays a bit better, or what's the story?
Well, that's a fair point, but let me put this like this. First thing, if I start, as a new job with zero experience, I'll be down the, bottom chain,
Mm,
if you get what I mean. And the second reason is there wouldn't be such a good pay as I'm just, starting at, with no experience. It's even gonna be
hmm.
like the pay is gonna be even worse. So there's no point of me doing that.
Okay. So just so I have a better understanding, are you kind of saying that another job isn't really an option because you're kind of already qualified in the electrician job. So if you do go in and start a new job, you would be going back to square one and ultimately making worse money than you're making right now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Mm. So Ori, right? If you're in a job that you said is making you unhappy and is essentially causing all these problems, but you also don't see yourself jumping into another job because you don't want to make less money than you're already making. I mean, how would you sort of best describe your situation then?
Oh, it's, I don't know. It's just don't feel like. I'm really getting what I'm supposed to be getting. Like if that's how you put it into words, I guess. The input that I'm, putting in isn't worth my output.
Mm,
I feel like I'm working so hard and, all this physical strain and stuff, and then just not getting enough output. And the output is obviously money. And also it's just not fulfilling, I guess, in a sense. Well, I don't care as much. I don't care fulfillment as much as I care about the money, I guess.
mm. Would I be right in saying that fulfillment would come from the fact that you would be making better money though?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. That's why I'm not like, concerned about it.
Hmm.
Because I know it will come. Because either if you're not doing drugs or something, everything that you make money out of is probably giving you fulfillment.
Hmm. Because you kind of touched on there, Ori, right? That you're kind of dealing with all these things, right? You're la that lack of fulfillment, the physical pain, the money not being so good, right? I mean, if you're in a job that you don't enjoy, but you also can't really get out of it right now. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, right? But would I be right in saying that you're kind of stuck in this cycle of all of these problems just repeating themselves over and over?
Yeah. I, not only say I would be, stuck in these problems, but also, yeah, I just don't see how I'm progressing, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah, you would be right to say that.
Hmm. Do you mind sort of breaking that down for me? Because you said you feel like you're kind of not progressing. So why do you specifically feel like you're stuck then? Do you mind just running me through that?
No, yeah, for sure. So, like, do you mean like my routine or how it's affecting me? Like, what do you mean?
No, just define why you feel like you're stuck. I mean, why do you think you are actually stuck in this situation? Like, why can't you get out of this job?
Because, as I said, if I can't, be with no job, obviously. So, if I try and look, for another job, I would be starting at square one,
Mm,
and the pay is gonna be like, dog shit and stuff. So there's no point with me doing it. So guess that's why I'm stuck because look at it this way. If you imagine, me in an interception or something, and I have, right and left, either, turn isn't gonna be good for me. So I guess that's why
mm,
I'm stuck at that ender point, if you get
yeah,
what I'm saying.
100%. 100% get what you're saying. You can't sort of take either route because you are stuck, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
in terms of being stuck, though, would I be right in saying, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Is it because of the skill set that you have right now in terms of you're a qualified electrician and you don't really know anything else?
Yeah, well, if you think about it like that, I guess you're right. It's just I I don't have enough value to bring into the table to get into a good job and a good paying job. If
Hmm.
that's what you mean, I guess.
Hmm. So if that's kind of what you're saying, you don't really have, as you said, the value, the skills to get into another job. I mean, all right, would I be right in saying that your decision making up until this point has actually got you to the position where you do feel stuck because you do not have the skills to do anything else?
You mean like if let's say 2 years back when I started in an electrician, that decision to go into learning to be a Sparky and stuff, do you mean that decision or do you mean like the really past positions that happened like in the last month or two?
No, you're along the right path there in terms of what you said about 2 years ago whenever you jumped into this Sparky job. You feel like making that decision then to jump into this Sparky job has actually caused you to be in this position in the first place?
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah, obviously.
Hmm. So, who do you feel like it actually comes down to then that you are stuck in this situation?
Well, obviously me, I'm the only one that's gonna take responsibility for it, and obviously no one's gonna come and save me.
Hmm.
That's just something I already know, but yeah.
So, I guess if that is something that you already know, that you have to take responsibility, that no one is coming to save you, right? If we got ourselves stuck in this position in the first place, who is the only person that can actually get us out of this position?
Well, obviously me, like, either then someone's just gonna hand me like a $1 million check, then yeah, I'm like in this reality, I'm the only one who can get me out of this position. Like kind of, dug my hole in a sense into this, and I need to get myself out in the same way.
So let me get this straight then. You're saying that you're aware that you dug this hole for yourself. You're also aware that you are the only person that is going to be able to get yourself out of this hole. So, I guess, Ori, my question for you is, how does it sit with you that you have had the possibility to change the situation that you're in this entire time, yet essentially you're still stuck here?
Do you mean like, are you asking like who is it's fault? Sorry, I don't really get it.
What I'm kind of trying to get at, right, is you told me that you have put yourself in this situation and that you are the only person that is able to get yourself out of this situation, right? So, I mean, if you have had this chance, if you know that you are the only person to be able to get yourself out of this situation, how does it feel that you haven't got yourself out of this situation?
No, it doesn't feel good. Feel like, just a lazy cunt.
Mm,
Like I have to wake up, I guess. No one's gonna switch on that switch on wake up. I need to do it.
mm. Because remind me, Ori, right? Like, where has, sorry, let me rephrase that. When did you actually first realize that you are stuck, right? Because you've told me that you've been in this job for the last 2 years. So when did you first realize that you actually are stuck in this situation?
Probably like 6 months ago.
Hmm. And I guess those 6 months ago, did something specific happen for you to kind of realize that you are stuck? Or was it just a build-up over these 2 years that made you realize that you are stuck? How does that sort of look like for you?
Yeah, I guess it was just, build up of things.
Mhm. So I guess if you feel like this has built up over the last 2 years, right? Let's say we continue to stay stuck in this situation, Ori, right? Do you feel like this feeling of being stuck is gonna stay the same, or do you feel like it's gonna continue to grow and get worse over time?
Nah, bro, it ain't getting any better with this the way I'm doing it. Like
So
definitely.
I guess is that something that you're willing to settle for? The problem just continuing to get worse?
Nah, like no way. No, not anymore, I guess.
I mean, why? Why not just continue to make the same decisions that we've been making up until this point and just continue to stay stuck? I mean, surely it can't be that bad, right?
Nah, it will be that bad. I can't. I'm not gonna accept me, myself being in like, Sparky for the rest of my fucking life. Like, there's no fucking way.
Mm. So I'm going to use your words here, man. If there's no fucking way that you are going to allow this, that you are going to accept the fact that you are stuck, what do you feel like needs to happen then today so that we can avoid staying stuck in this situation and to make sure that we don't allow these problems to build up more over time?
I guess I have to make a fucking change, I guess.